has famous for being one of the most voracious and faithless men in rock and roll, and has romanced some of the world's most desirable women, including Jerry Hall, Marianne Faithfull, Anita Pallenberg, and Marsha Hunt. However, a new book suggests that Rolling Stone Mick Jagger is not just a legendary ladies' man. Has also dallied with more men than is popularly realized, allegedly including 2 members of his own band. Respected author Leslie Ann Jones says in her new book The Stone Age that it is time to reassess Jagger as a bisexual icon, suggesting he had flings with Keith Richards in the group's early days, as well as guitarist Mick Taylor, who was in the Stones from 1969 to 1974. Both men are listed in a lengthy appendix to the book, detailing lovers taken by the Stones over the years. Jagger's alleged liaison with David Bowie is mentioned. Backing singer Ava Cherry has spoken previously about having threesomes with Jagger and Bowie, as is an alleged affair with Austrian actor Helmut Berger, the man who introduced him to his first wife Bianca. In her recently published book, Jones quotes interviews with both Anita Pallenberg and Marianne Faithfull, in which they note that Jagger and Richards were apparently attracted to each other. Pallenberg, who died in 2017, said, "From when I first met them, I saw Mick was in love with Keith." More from Alison Boshoff for the Daily Mail. After a day wearing expressions oscillating between sulky and terrified, the Beckhams beamed for their oh-so-public family reunion, says Alison Boshoff. So is this really the end of the rift? September 30, 2022. Alison Boshoff, Alec Baldwin gun tragedy changed how we work, say Hollywood's Diane Kruger and Liam Neeson. September 29, 2022. Kevin Spacey denies he is a sex addict and states in court papers that he was emotionally fragile when he went into rehab amid allegations over his behavior with 14-year-old boy. September 29, 2022. Alison Boshoff, suits you, sir. Veteran newsreader Edwards is tipped for a knighthood after his sure-footed coverage of the Queen's funeral. September 22, 2022. Alison Boshoff, Priscilla Presley nets $1 million to shoot film about marriage to Elvis, after being moved to tears by Baz Luhrmann's biopic of the King of Rock and Roll. September 15, 2022. Alison Boshoff, Oscar-winning designer is cut from Cruella sequel after Disney row over clothes range. August 9, 2022. She would throw things off the walls and get mad if she didn't like something. Ana de Armas felt the spirit of Marilyn Monroe close to us when filming Blonde in her old house. August 9, 2022. Alison Boshoff, Florence Pugh's no-show for film photo shoot, and what about Harry? January 9, 2022. Alison Boshoff, Wizard news for Harry Potter fans as J.K. Rowling strikes TV deal for spin-off. August 18, 2022. View full archive. Faithfull is quoted as saying, "I had an inkling that there was a sexual undercurrent between them. I knew in some part of my head that Mick was bisexual." As for the alleged fling with Taylor, Jones interviews Paul Levitt, who sat with Taylor's former wife Rose at a party. Levitt says, "She told me that she found her husband in bed with Mick Jagger. Why would she say such a thing to me, if she had not seen it with her own eyes?" Rumors of a liaison between Jagger and the guitarist have long abounded. In his 2012 book Mick, Christopher Anderson wrote that members of the band's entourage caught the two Micks dozing in bed together, leading to rumors of an affair. Anderson also said Jagger had a fling with Brian Jones. He quotes Anita Pallenberg, girlfriend to both Jones and Richards, who also had a fling with Jagger. "Do keep up," as saying the singer was left emotionally raw after the affair ended. In 1995, Jagger told an interviewer, "Mick, Taylor, would play very fluid lines against my vocals. He was exciting, and he was very pretty, and it gave me something to follow, to bang off. Some people think that's the best version of the band that existed. Taylor first played with the Stones in sessions for Let It Bleed, and then at the Free concert in Hyde Park in 1969. He contributed to the album Sticky Fingers. And he, Rose and their young daughter were at the Villa Elcote in 1971 while Exile on Main Street was being recorded, an infamously dissolute period, even by the Stones standards, with Richards and Pallenberg enthralled to heroin. Taylor has since said he left because he needed to get away from the drugs. Author Jones speculates that Jagger pursued women relentlessly because he felt uneasy about being attracted to men and lacked confidence in his masculinity. Mick and Keith's relationship has endured since the day they met at Dartford train station in 1961, and bonded over a shared love of the blues, though there have been rough patches. In 2010, Richards' observation that Jagger, surely the most celebrated Lothario in showbiz, has a tiny todger, made worldwide headlines and caused huge upset in the band. In another interview, Richards told the Wall Street Journal he did not approve of Jagger fathering a child with ballet dancer Melanie Hamrick at the age of 73. He swiftly apologized and explained, "Mick and I live off the fire between us. We were made for each other. It's like putting on an old glove, man, you know." Nowadays, a bit of breathing space ensures harmony. The two men stay away from each other when not on Stones business. However, Marianne Faithfull once said, of all Mick's relationships, the only one that really means anything to him is with Keith. Spokesman for Jagger, Richards and Taylor did not comment. Margot is arty in Amsterdam. Margot Robbie faced an unusual challenge while making the film Amsterdam. She had to learn how to fashion bits of shrapnel into works of art, which is what her character does in the picture, set in the 30s. Robbie, 32, seen here at the London premiere of the movie, was coached by sculptor Linda Sterling, who made most of the pieces used in the film. Director David O. Russell boasted of his star's handiwork. Margot made super dope, fun art that is full of meaning and humor. Amsterdam, which also stars Christian Bale, Taylor Swift and Anya Taylor-Joy, opens in cinemas today. Rebel's Cumberbatch cake stunt at the BAFTAs left a sour taste for his wife. Not everyone thought actress Rebel Wilson was very funny when she hosted the BAFTAs this year, and it seems that includes Benedict Cumberbatch's wife Sophie. Wilson performed an elaborate joke about her supposed crush on Cumberbatch, one of the BAFTA nominees, that involved wheeling out a large, vegan, cake of the actor's face and telling the audience, "Guys, this is just a cake of Benedict Cumberbatch because I really love him, and that was supposed to be for me, for later, for reasons we won't go into." She added, "Does anyone have a lighter? No? Okay. I just then thought that someone could blow Benedict out." Wilson then invited hungry members of the audience to come up for a cheekbone. The comedian said that Hunter did come up to her after the show, but not for cake. She said, "You know he's married, right? Or whatever." And some people thought maybe I was trying to steal him or something. And I go, "Look, I'm not. If you knew my personal life, you'd know I'm not trying to." She added that when speaking at events like BAFTA, She often teases the very successful and good-looking stars in the audience, adding, "I feel like they could have taken it." In June this year, Wilson shared that she is dating sportswear executive Ramona Agruma. She wrote on Instagram, "I thought I was searching for a Disney prince. But maybe what I really needed all this time was a Disney princess." All Creatures great and small star Callum Woodhouse is angling for his dog to get a role in the show. Ralph is a Cavapuchon, that's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Poodle and Bichon Frise cross, in case you're wondering. His devoted master said, "It has been pointed out to me that a crossbreed such as Ralph wouldn't have existed at the time the series is set, the late 1930s. But I've told the producers my character, Tristan, is a pioneer and trendsetter, who may well have been the first person to introduce such a breed to England." Woodhouse, who previously played Leslie Durrell in ITV's The Durrells, admitted, "They're not really buying that idea at the moment, but I'm going to persist. Bridgerton goes Butch, is reggae going to Hollywood? I ask, because Bridgerton star Regé-Jean Page has accepted the role of Butch Cassidy in a major new TV drama, and it's said he will need to be based in Los Angeles for much of the next 12 months. Glenn Powell, who starred in Top Gun: Maverick, will appear opposite him as the Sundance Kid in the as-yet untitled series, which will be a big-budget offering from Amazon. The Russo brothers, who worked with Page on The Gray Man, will executive produce. The lives of the outlaws were most famously brought to the screen in the iconic 1969 film starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Before his Butch Cassidy, though, we will see Page in a leading role in the forthcoming Dungeons & Dragons film, Honor Among Thieves, which was made in Belfast. Another PR executive leaves Team Sussex, changes galore for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex on the public relations front. Last week it was revealed that the couple were no longer using Hollywood PR firm Sunshine Sachs. Now it emerges that they've also parted ways with a high-powered Silicon Valley executive hired just 2 years ago to handle their publicity. Christine Schirmer, who came from Pinterest, is no longer involved in day-to-day publicity for the couple or their foundation, Archewell, according to sources close to the Duchess. Ms. Schirmer still lists Archewell on the bio of her private Instagram page, and describes herself as comms advisor. Mom. Pop culture enthusiast. But I am old. Christine no longer works with the Sussexes on PR. Ashley, Mom to Annie, heads up everything, and you could see her at the Windsor walkabout. Schirmer left Pinterest in July 2020 to be the head of communications for the couple following their move to California. She worked with Sunshine Sachs for a long handover period, until the Hollywood firm stepped away from the day-to-day tasks last year. Schirmer studied journalism at Northwestern University, Meghan's alma mater, and later went on to work at tech giant Apple. She was hired at the same time as Toya Holness, formerly Meghan and Harry's global press secretary, who left their service quietly this spring. Catherine Saint-Laurent, who had worked for Bill Gates, was also hired by the couple in 2020 but stepped down last year and now offers support in a senior advisory role. Meghan is also said to have parted ways with her long-term agent Nick Collins. The Sussexes are also advised by Jenny Afia at the London law firm Schillings. No one at Schillings or Archewell provided comment about Christine Schirmer. Veteran actor Ian McNeice, right, had every intention of retiring after completing work on the long-running ITV drama Doc Martin, but the chance to play one of the film world's most iconic figures changed his mind. Ian says, the offer to play Alfred Hitchcock in Archie, ITV's biopic of Cary Grant, was too good to turn down. Ian, 72, plays Hitch at a Halloween party the director hosted, where both the food and the decorations were colored blue, and also in a recreation of the crop dusting scene from North by Northwest. Jason Isaacs stars as Grant. The 4-part drama will premiere on ITVX, ITV's new free streaming platform, later this year. Grant's daughter Jennifer and ex-wife Diane Cannon have given the project their blessing. The last ever regular episode of Doc Martin will air on ITV next Wednesday, with a Christmas special to follow. For years, Christmas was unthinkable without Delia's guidance. Then came the Nigella years, when we all tried to brine our turkeys in a bucket, a la the domestic goddess. And now Mary Berry is set to become queen of the festive season. The 87-year-old has signed up for a BBC One special, Christmas with Mary Berry and Friends. The one-hour show will provide no-nonsense, classic foolproof advice about catering for Christmas Day, from the planning to serving. Her book about holiday cooking, Mary Berry's Christmas Collection, gave traditional fare an extra sparkle.